Welcome everyone, this is Zaptrocity, and I have shown you a while back that this fully adjustable, compact enchanting room. So you can see here we can pull out as many bookshelves as we want to get our full maximum enchantment. So you can see we have one bookshelf up, we can have two bookshelves up, 1 and 2 make 3, then you can get to 4, 4 plus 1, 5, 6, and 7, and so on. You can get everything you need. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to build this. We'll be going through this tutorial in 3 main parts. First off, we'll be placing our levers, pistons, and bookshelves and enchanting tables. Then we'll go over each circuit, the +1 bookshelf, +2, +4, +8, and then maybe we'll do some final touches to it. For your very own customizable, adjustable, that's fully adjustable, compact, enchanting room thing, you will need the following things. You'll obviously need your enchanting table and your bookshelves. You'll need some sticky pistons, some redstone lamps, this is optional. As signs, these are also optional. A block of your choice, I'm using sandstone, levers, redstone torches, redstone repeaters, redstone dust, and I also am going to be using wool to distinguish between each bookshelf set out, the +1 bookshelf, +2, +4, and +8. Okay, I have this 3x3 platform here. What you probably want to do that first. I'll be doing this up in the air, so it's easier for me to do the wiring, and it'll be easier for you to see. But the first thing you want to do is place down your enchanting table. Awesome. So you have an enchanting table. Now you want to get your pistons out and place them just 1 block lower than the ground along the edges of this 3x3 platform. So you want to place a piston, a sticky piston, all the way around like so. There we go. And you want to do this all the way around, and you want to make sure you want to leave 1 gap. Now this gap right here will be our entrance into the room, and you can also throw in your bookshelves, which will go right on top of the pistons. Oops. There you go. And now if you activate any of these, so let's say I activate that, for example, you can see that the bookshelf is now on the same level as the enchanting table. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place some walls around this. So I'm just going to build a 2-high kind of room around the enchanting table. It does not have to be too high, and you probably don't even need the walls, but I just think the walls will make it feel more like an enchanting room. And yeah, so you can do this if you wish. And there we go. Now the thing about this is we'll be going 1 block back from the wall, like so. So we have 2 blocks before we enter the room, and here is where we'll be placing our levers. So we want 2 on each side. That gives us a total of 4, and it's optional, but you can place your redstone lamps on top so you can indicate which ones are on and off. You can also place signs in stating how many bookshelves will be taken or added. Cool. Okay, now let's go into wiring things up. First off, we'll be wiring the +1. So on the side of the +1 lever, you want to place a redstone torch, so we can see that it will turn on and off. That's good. That's a very good sign. And I'll put some wool down there. Now, when we flip this, we want to activate this redstone here. That's going to go into a redstone torch that will be facing towards the pistons. And that redstone torch is going to power a redstone dust right next to it. So we can see here, it does that like so. And that redstone dust is going to go into a block to power one piston, and that's going to activate one bookshelf. There you go. Next thing to wire on our list would be the +2 bookshelves. Now this one here I would say is the most simplest. Right underneath the lever, you want to place a block, and then another block, so that there's one air gap, one air block between the lever and your block. Now on that block you want to place a redstone dust, so that when the lever activates, it's going to activate the redstone dust. You want to connect this up to these two pistons right here. So they will be activating there will be two blocks going towards this redstone torch, and they'll be right next to two pistons, and place redstone dust on that, and it should activate those two pistons right there. This is Alright, so +2, activate that. Two of them come out. That's another one done. Okay, moving on to +4 bookshelves. These two levers here would be the hardest to wire, but don't worry, they shouldn't be too difficult to wire if you follow the steps correctly. So first thing you want to do is you want to place a block underneath the lever, the lever block, and then right underneath that block you want to place another block and destroy that one. So like before, we have one air block space, and we have a redstone dust, just like here, so that when we activate the lever, it should power that redstone. Now we want to go downwards, just diagonally, so now the redstone dust should be coming down and facing towards that piston. Cool. The thing is though, we don't want to power that piston, so we're just going to go one block downwards lower and place a redstone dust on there. And now what should happen is it's curving away, not going into the piston. So we activate it. Cool, it doesn't activate the piston. Next up, we want to place a redstone torch at the back here, so we can invert the signal. And from there, we want to place and from that redstone torch, we're going to go a block this way and place a redstone dust, so we can see that the redstone torch will be powering this redstone dust coming across this way. Now before we go anywhere further, we'll probably want to have the power here and connect this up to the power. So what I'm going to be doing is I've got a block right next to the pistons, so if you don't have this and it's like this, for example, you want to make sure you want to break that open and place your downward block, which probably won't be needed because you already have blocks. And right underneath that, you want to put a redstone torch. So now we can see that we have two pistons firing. From there, we can get another one firing by placing a block right next to the redstone torch that's coming towards this redstone torch. So if we're facing towards the redstone torch, or from this redstone dust piece, we can place a block, and on top of there, one redstone dust, and that should activate another piston. Now to activate this final piston in the corner, what you do now is you place a redstone torch right next to this redstone torch, so we can see there's a redstone torch to our right on the block, and left of this block we put another block, and at the back of this block we put a redstone torch. This redstone torch should be directly underneath the corner piston, and right on top of that we place ourselves up another block. This may all sound confusing, so I suggest going back and going over that one more time if you weren't too sure, but we can see a better example right here of what it looks like. Okay, now from there we want to wire up these two from this torch so that when we turn the lever on, these extend and when we turn it off, these power down. So we want to get our redstone dust and just power this torch firstly. So that's one down. Now we still have this corner one, but we can't place another redstone dust, otherwise they're going to connect up and things are going to go wrong. So we can place a redstone repeater there, and that should activate everything fine. Now we'll activate that. 4 bookshelves pop up. Cool. Now if you're quite annoyed about how this corner piston pushes out just after these ones activate, you can put another repeater here, but it'll just cost you another repeater, but you'll see a smooth transition between the bookshelves. Okay, for the +8 bookshelves, we want to put the redstone torch at the side like we've done on the +1 one. Now on that side, we're going to power some redstone dust, so it's going to go from the redstone torch. Next to it's going to be redstone dust. Now right underneath that redstone torch, we're going to place another one, but it's going to be on the blue wall block instead. So we can see that when we pull this down, this turns on. Cool. Now right underneath that, underneath this redstone torch, we're going to place a block, and then place another one, break this one, and on top we want to place a redstone dust. So when this torch turns off, it will turn this off, turn this on, turning this one on as well. Now from there we want to send a power into this block, so it will power this piston right there. Now the thing is, the rest of the circuit's going to have some delay, so we're going to put this on 3 ticks to try and match it up with the rest of the +8 circuit. Okay, now on this edge of the redstone dust we've placed here, going towards the green wall, we're going to place a redstone torch right there, so it's facing towards the green wall and it's directly in line with this piston. Now underneath it we want to place a block and redstone dust like we've done over here. We've missed a block and placed our redstone dust. Cool. From there we want to power this block, so we're going to place a repeater like so, and it'll go into this block and it will power this block, so we can send a signal through it with another redstone dust. Now from there we want to power the different pistons, so next to the redstone dust we're going to place 2 blocks. So now it should be completely surrounded by blocks except for one side, and that should be the right hand side where we have our +8, and on the right hand side it should be quite smooth with wall. Now on top of all these blocks you want to place redstone torches. You don't want to place a redstone torch here though, because it's already getting powered. But it doesn't matter, because we can actually power this like so, and remove this unnecessary thing. But that's only if you want to. This would probably be the best way to do it. Now on top of this redstone torch, that would be the in one. These 2 redstone torches are in line, this one is not. So we're going to place a block right on top of that. So that's going to power 2 more pistons for us. Now if we activate that, it should activate all the way up to 4 out of our 8 pistons we need. Cool. Now we want to transfer that signal we have here into more redstone torches. So from that redstone dust, we're going to place a repeater like so. So that's going to bring out the power even more, and we can put that into another redstone torch. Above that redstone torch we can place a block, so that should power these 2 pistons, and we have 2 more added to, making a total of 6 pistons. So we can also bring that out again from the repeater. We can send it to this redstone dust, powering when it's powering this block. and we want that to go into another torch, so we have a kind of zigzag pattern going on. And that should power the final piston here. And then we have just this final piston right here to power. So what we do from here is we want to continue our zigzag pattern by placing another redstone dust. Now we are going to break our zigzag kind of pattern by placing a redstone torch finally right there. So now we should have it going redstone torch, redstone torch, redstone torch, redstone torch, redstone torch. Then we flip it around and we redstone torch, like so. Now that should power all of our 8 pistons we need. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. And it's probably even more compact than the first one. There we go. Now you can see these ones activate slightly after, but there's pretty much nothing we can do about that. You could change some of the circuit here, and that will keep it in time, but this is supposed to be as compact as possible, probably more compact ways, but that would conclude the tutorial for today. Hope you guys found this useful, and can implement one of these into your very own worlds, so you can have a fully adjustable, compact enchanting room. So hope you all enjoyed. Until then, make sure to leave a like if you found this helpful or useful. Make sure to check back on the video if you possibly have missed something and it's not working right, if you're getting the wrong amount of bookshelves up. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.